Welcome back, everybody. Today we are brought to you by Handy Washroom Direct. And we're diving into something today that you might not always think about, but it really can have a big impact. And that is change tables.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about those little fold-down ones you see for babies. We're going to look at adult change tables, too.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see how these things can be so much more than just a basic amenity.
Yeah, exactly. And, when we talk about change tables, you're probably thinking about regulations first.
Right.
But we did some research and we found articles all about, the practicality of change tables and the benefits for parents and people with disabilities.
Right.
And it turns out they're a really good investment.
Mm-hmm.
So today we want to dig into why exactly providing change tables can have so many benefits for all sorts of businesses, benefits that maybe aren't obvious at first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start with something that I know is super important to a lot of businesses out there.
Okay.
And that is getting customers and keeping them coming back.
Yeah.
Now, think about those businesses that are really popular with families.
Yeah.
Like the places you always want to go.
Right.
One of the first things you'll notice is that they have baby changing stations in their restrooms.
That's true.
And not just in the women's restroom, in the
Right.
men's too.
Both, yeah.
So what does that tell you as a parent when you see that?
Well, it really says a lot about how much a business understands and welcomes families. When you've got a baby diaper, changes are just part of life.
Yeah.
Like our sources say it can be 8 to 10 times a day.
Wow.
So it's not just a little thing, it's really important.
Right.
And when a business gets that and offers a clean and easy to use solution, it just becomes so much more attractive for families.
Yeah.
It could honestly be what makes you decide to spend your money there.
Oh, absolutely. And I bet you everyone listening can remember a time when they were out with a little one and just couldn't find a decent place for a diaper change.
Yeah.
I've heard some pretty crazy stories about parents having to get creative.
Oh, I bet.
And those stories really show you how important it is to have a dedicated spot.
For sure.
So when a business offers that clean and safe option, it just makes them look so much better to parents.
Absolutely.
And you know what? They end up becoming the go-to place for families.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about babies, but there's another group we need to think about,
Okay.
and that's people with disabilities.
Yeah, that's important.
And this is where adult change tables come in.
Right.
Just to be clear, sometimes they're called nursing tables or benches.
Yeah.
But they all do the same thing. They give adults with disabilities or anyone who has trouble moving around a safe and hygienic space to take care of their personal needs.
Exactly.
And this is important for more than just elderly people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think when a lot of people hear changing table, they just think about babies.
Yeah, I get that.
But these adult changing tables are helpful for so many more people,
It's true.
like adults with disabilities, teenagers with special needs,
Yeah.
and their caregivers.
Right.
Just imagine how much easier it would be for you or someone you care about to have access to one of these.
Oh, it would make a huge difference.
It would, right.
Yeah.
And you know what's really important here?
What's that?
It's not just about the person using the table.
Okay.
It's also about the person helping them.
That's true.
Think about how hard it is to help someone change clothes or incontinence aids if you don't have the right support.
Oh, yeah.
Adult change tables make that so much easier.
They really do.
And that means fewer back injuries and less stress for caregivers.
Exactly.
And for the person using the table,
Yeah,
it gives them dignity and independence.
it does.
It lets them go out and do things without worrying about their personal care.
Right.
And that's huge.
It is.
So you see, it's all about designing spaces that work for everyone.
For everyone. Yeah.
And now let's talk about another benefit that might not be so obvious to business owners.
Okay.
Hygiene and sanitation. It seems simple, but having baby changing stations actually helps keep your restrooms cleaner.
Oh, yeah. It makes sense when you think about it.
It does.
You're giving people a designated spot for diaper changes.
Right.
So they're not doing it on countertops or floors.
Right.
Or any other surface that isn't meant to be easily cleaned.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of baby changing stations are put near sinks.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so it's easy for parents to wash up afterwards.
And the material of the changing stations themselves is important too, right?
Absolutely.
I've heard that polyethylene is pretty common.
Yeah, it's used a lot.
And it often has an antibacterial coating,
That's right.
and it's resistant to odors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big plus for businesses compared to just letting parents use whatever surface they can find.
Oh, for sure. It means a much cleaner and more pleasant restroom for everyone.
Okay, so we've talked about hygiene. Let's move on to something I know is always on the minds of business owners.
Okay.
Practicality and how easy something is to maintain.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And our research shows that change tables do really well in this area.
They do. They're designed to be super easy to take care of.
As business owner, you don't want to be messing around with complicated cleaning procedures
No way.
or special products.
Yep.
Change tables are simple,
Yeah.
so they fit right into your regular cleaning routine.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, you just need to wipe them down with your regular cleaning supplies.
Exactly. And the physical design is really practical, too.
Okay,
Baby changing stations are often compact and foldable.
that's good for small spaces.
It is perfect for public restrooms where you don't have a lot of extra room.
Makes sense.
And some models can even be installed in hotel rooms.
Oh, wow.
That's a great perk for families who are traveling.
It is.
It can make your hotel a more appealing choice.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah,
And from a cost perspective, it sounds like installation is pretty straightforward.
it is.
And because they're built to last,
Mm-hmm.
you're really just paying once with minimal upkeep costs.
That's-
That long-term benefit definitely adds to their value.
Absolutely, it does. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into the features and design elements that make change tables so practical
Okay.
and user-friendly
Okay.
for both parents and ultimately for you as the provider.
Sounds good.
So for baby changing stations, they're usually made from high-density polyethylene and stainless steel.
Those are sturdy materials.
They're built to last.
Okay.
And then you've got safety features like the protection strap
Mm-hmm.
and the safety stop system.
Right.
Those are all there to make sure the baby is safe while they're on the changing table.
Makes sense.
And then there are all those little details that show they really thought about the user experience.
Like what?
Well, like strong hinges,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
built-in liner dispenser so parents don't have to scramble to find something,
That's handy.
and even a hook for the diaper bag.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
And having instructions in multiple languages is a great touch for businesses that have a diverse customer base.
It is.
Oh, and one more thing. The weight capacity.
Okay.
It's often between 350 and 400 pounds.
Wow. So that's a lot.
It shows you how strong these units are
Yeah.
and how much they prioritize safety.
For sure.
And then there's the user-friendly design.
Mm-hmm.
Like some models have adjustable height.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and there's that contoured surface that helps prevent babies from rolling off.
That's a great idea.
It makes the whole experience smoother and safer for parents.
Absolutely.
Now, for adult changing tables, the main features are all about making them easy to use for caregivers,
Okay.
especially those who are assisting someone.
Right.
Adjustable height is really important.
Makes sense.
It helps prevent strain.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got safety rails to make transfers and use more secure.
Okay.
And of course, you need surfaces that are hygienic and easy to clean.
Right. So let's tie all these benefits back to specific types of places that you might be involved with or go to.
Okay.
Hospitals, for example.
Yes.
They definitely need adult changing tables because they have patients with mobility issues or other conditions.
Right.
The sanitary and ergonomic designs are so important in a healthcare setting.
Yeah, they're crucial.
And as we said, some adult changing tables can even be used for bathing,
That's right.
which makes them even more useful in hospitals.
Definitely. And then you've got nursing homes.
Right.
Adult changing tables are so beneficial there.
They are.
Because you're dealing with elderly residents who often have trouble getting around.
Yeah.
The easy cleaning and the strong safety features are really important in those environments
Yeah.
to make sure both the residents and the staff are safe and comfortable.
Okay. So hospitals and nursing homes. What else?
Well, airports are starting to realize how valuable adult changing tables can be.
Hmm.
Think about what it's like to travel if you're elderly or have a disability.
Yeah.
Having these facilities can make a huge difference in their comfort and make it possible for them to travel by air.
Right.
And the ergonomic designs that allow for natural movement are especially important in busy airports.
That makes sense. And it's not just about adults either.
Oh, that's true.
What about places like disabled and special children's homes?
Yeah, great point.
Having adult changing tables can make the staff's jobs so much easier.
It can.
Our sources mentioned that when people with physical impairments see that a place is designed for them, it makes them feel welcome and comfortable
It does.
and like they belong.
Yeah.
So if we think about the bigger picture,
Okay.
having both baby and adult, changing tables in all sorts of places, like restaurants,
Yeah.
office buildings, community centers,
All right.
shopping malls, parks, retail stores, libraries, sports facilities.
It's a long list.
It is. But it all adds up to a more welcoming and inclusive environment for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It shows people that these places are thinking about everyone's needs.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just meeting basic requirements. It's about creating spaces where everyone feels good
Mhm.
and respected.
Right.
And that can make people's experiences so much better.
It can, and it can also be good for business.
It can.
Okay, so this all ties into the idea of businesses making their spaces more convenient for people with disabilities.
Yes.
Adult changing tables are a big part of that.
They are?
But there are other important changes too,
Like what?
like ramps, elevators with Braille disability-friendly furniture, wider spaces, support bars, and accessible sinks.
Right. It all helps.
It does. It all helps create a truly accessible and welcoming environment for everyone.
Exactly. For everyone.
And for anyone listening who's thinking about installing these things,
Yeah.
our research shows that there are some great manufacturers out there who specialize in commercial washroom stuff.
Oh, good.
We saw companies like Pressalit Care, Candan, and Foundations.
Yeah, those are all reputable companies.
They are.
They have options for all sorts of needs and budgets.
So if you're a business or institution looking for change table solutions,
Mm-hmm.
you've got choices.
You do.
This brings us to a really important point.
Okay.
What message do you want your business or institution to send
That's a good question.
to your customers, clients, and the community
Yeah.
by providing these amenities?
Yeah.
You're saying a lot.
You are.
You're showing you care about inclusivity, accessibility, and making everyone feel welcome.
It's about going the extra mile.
Okay, so to wrap things up,
Okay.
the main takeaway here is that change tables are more than just a small detail.
Yeah, they're important.
They can really benefit businesses and institutions.
They can.
They make places more accessible and inclusive,
Mm-hmm.
and they show that you're family friendly,
Absolutely.
and that's good for everyone.
It is. It makes the experience better for so many people.
It does, and it makes you think about the bigger picture.
It does. How can we make society more equitable and welcoming for everyone?
Right, how can we make sure everyone feels like they belong?
Exactly. And providing safe and clean changing spaces is a great place to start.
It is. It's an investment that can have a real impact on your community.
It can, and it can have social and economic benefits too.
So it's something worth thinking about.
It is definitely.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Okay.
You've been listening to The Deep Dive.
Thanks for listening.
If you want to learn more about the different change table options out there,
Mm-hmm.
visit handywashroom.com. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you.
See you next time.
Bye.